All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Review It All. Today we are going to be cleaning my 22-inch Blackstone on-the-go griddle. I've kind of neglected it a little bit, and I saw some pitting and I saw some chipping, and I thought, okay, well, that's not good. Got a hold of Blackstone, and they said it's nothing to worry about. It's just over seasoning. So maybe you guys have this problem. I don't know, but if not, we're going to go over how you can clean it if you do have this problem, and I'm going to go over some of the materials and tools we're going to need to clean the griddle. Okay, now if you've seen my video of the 36-piece griddle kit, and if you haven't seen it, it's going to be linked up whichever corner right here and then down below as well. But if you've seen that video, you have 90% of the stuff you're going to need. The only thing different is going to be the grill block. It doesn't come with that, and then the vegetable oil and the griddle seasoning. Other than that, you're good to go. You can actually do it without the griddle block, but I'm choosing to do it with it, and I'll explain that reason why here in just a minute. So let me go ahead and show you the grill and why I'm doing this. All right, so this is the top of my griddle. As you can see, there's some pitting and stuff like that. It's probably better if I maneuver the light a little bit, but I was concerned because I was like, there's no way I spent this much money on a grill and it's starting to rust and all that stuff. That's not rust, that's just over seasoning. So we're gonna get it back to new, and then we're just gonna re-season it again. All right, so let me go ahead and tell you exactly what you're gonna need. Again, if you have that 36-piece kit or interested in it, video will be linked somewhere around here. You pretty much have everything else. Everything else is pretty much you're gonna have in your kitchen: water, vegetable oil, and like I said, the grill block and the griddle seasoning is probably the only things you really need to purchase. So let's go ahead, turn the camera around, and I'll show you guys what we need. All right, so I put these in order of the steps. So we're gonna scrape it first, try to get all that pitting out, everything we can, then we're gonna heat up our grill, and then using the vegetable oil. Using the vegetable oil, I'm just gonna use a cheap vegetable oil just to keep that friction from getting too crazy on the grill block. And then we're gonna scrape it using circular motions, and we're just gonna keep going and going and going, one until the grill block is gone or everything is smooth, okay? Then we're gonna put some water on it with the grill hot, not very, very hot. And that's gonna get up all that debris and stuff. And then we're gonna scrape it with the scouring pad. And then once we get all that stuff cleaned off, we're gonna use our griddle seasoning, and we're gonna use the tongs with paper towel stuff. So in this order, this is what it's gonna look like. This is all you need. So let's go ahead, get to work, get this thing cleaned up. Also, I love this table thing. I did a video on that as well. It's very nice. Bam, get everything out of the way while I'm working or grilling. It's super nice. Again, a link to the video will be down below or on the corners for that. And as always, there will be links for all these products. If you are interested, there will be affiliate links in the product in the description down below. I do get a kickback and I appreciate it. Government worker right now, government shutdown, not really getting paid, so hence the videos. Whew. Let's get to work. All right, we're starting with the scraper. You can see this pitting. I'm obviously gonna get more into it right now. I'm just kind of showing you guys everything. But I'm gonna go ahead and put on time lapse, and then that way you guys aren't just sitting through me scraping this thing, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, in just a matter of minutes, you can see just how much I've taken up, the pitting and all that stuff. They did say that it will change color because you're basically bringing it right back down to bare metal, which made me feel better knowing that since I've been doing this. I keep seeing like silver metal and stuff. You know, when you get your Blackstone, it's kind of like a brownish black. So, but you can see all the stuff that the seasoning I've already broken up. This is deeper, obviously, and with that brick, and with the grill stone, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna sand it as if we would sand it anything else, just to kind of layer it and make it flat and smooth all the way around. All right, so here's a good example of what I was talking about. It looks like rust. It's not. That's just seasoning. So that's good. I haven't neglected it that bad to where it should be rusting. I use this thing about 3 or 4 times a week. So, all right, so now I'm just gonna put a bit of water on it, not a lot, just to kind of get that debris off. Just using a paper towel. I don't want a lot of water on it. Okay, so you can see right here, this is how dirty it is now. My goal by the end is to not have this at all. All right, so you can see I got the grill on. I have it on the lowest heat, and I want this hot because I'm gonna be putting my hands on it. I just want to get it warm enough for the vegetable oil to move around with the grill block, okay? So you just don't want to make that friction. So again, make sure it's on low. Both my heaters are on low. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on it and then use the grill block. Just put a little bit. Oh, that is not a little bit. All right, so the oil is getting a little bit warm, if not hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn these off. And now I'm just gonna start my scraping with the grill block and do circular motions and just kind of sand it as if you would a regular sander if you were sanding wood, trying to make it smooth. All right, so this is going a lot quicker than I thought it would, which is good. So now I'm gonna clean off some of the excess and then do the whole process over again. And I'm just doing that using a clean paper towel. And I can already tell it's already way smoother. And the pitting is pretty much already gone. All right, that's good. I don't know if you guys can see that yet. You'll see it once I get really clean it off. But I'm gonna put a little bit more oil on it and do the whole process over again. All right, just do my second layer. I'm gonna go ahead and scrape off what I have right now. I'm actually gonna turn this back on, put it on low. That way it'll heat up the oil that I have on there and kind of just help it, make it more liquidy, if you will. Not sure what the technical term is. All right, so I got off what I can so far. It's still heating up on low heat. I'm gonna take a paper towel and just use my already dirty spatula and just kind of scrape off the excess of the oil. When you're doing this, you'll hear like a gritty sound when you're doing the just the spatula itself on it, and that means that you still have debris on it, so you need to keep cleaning until that debris is gone. This looks so much better already. Oh, I'm so glad I did this. All right, let's do a little bit of water. We're gonna start out with just a little bit, right? Because there's still oil and grease on here. Everybody knows what happens when we mix oil and water. So let's be very careful. Just put a little bit. And my temperature's on low right now, as low as it can go. Grab our, just kind of move it around, get that water, clean up all that debris, all that grit and sand, or whatever it is from the block in the corners. But let's do one more water with the heat on. Much better already. All right, so before I go any further, you can already see a huge difference in where that pitting was, right? So this is all flat. I'm not gonna touch it right now because it's still hot, but the difference is unbelievable. I'm glad I did this. Now, if I'm being completely honest with you, I was actually terrified to do this, but talking to Blackstone, they ran me through it, watched some other YouTube videos like you guys are doing now, YouTube University. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the scouring brush and some water. We got the heat off, and we're just gonna mush it around. And you guys obviously see that, be a time lapse. You guys don't have to sit here and watch me do that for 10 minutes. And then that should be all the debris. We'll check it, and then we'll reseason it, and then we're done. All right, so now we got our scouring brush, we got our water. It's cooled down a little bit more. I guess this is the time you can use soap if you want to get rid of everything, but I'm not gonna use soap, just wanna use water. And then I'm gonna use it sparingly at that and just keep going and going and going up until this thing is completely clean. So let's get going. All right, that was our first round of water. Let's check it. See how much debris we still have, or slime, whatever you want to call it. Getting there. Let's do one more of the water in the scouring brush. All right, again, before I reseason, I just wanted to show you guys how much better looking this is. All right, so this used to be all pits and stuff like that. Now it's smooth and hot. Damn. There is still some residual pitting right here. That's not piss, it's just seasoning that I didn't get to. So next time, but this time I think I did a pretty good job. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Did this help you guys out at all? If it did, please leave a like, subscribe. Again, there's links for everything and down below. Also, I'm gonna show you guys how to season if you haven't done that yet. This is supposed to be done before you put food on your griddle at all, ever, whatsoever. So this is a must-do step because I just took all my seasoning off. I have to do it again as if I haven't done it before. So I'll go ahead and show you guys that. But if you haven't seen that, I did a full process. And again, I'll be linked up here and then down below. So good, enjoy that video, like, follow, subscribe. Let's go ahead and season our griddle. All right, so first things first, you turn it on. All right, that's gonna get piping hot. Once it gets hot, it'll start smoking. And then you'll see, that's when you know you need to put the seasoning on. Again, the seasoning that I'm using is gonna be this stuff right here from Blackstone. I've been using it for the past 1.5 years. So I know it works. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and season our griddle. We're gonna wait a few minutes, wait for it to start steaming up or smoking. That's when I know it's ready. All right, as you can see, it's starting to smoke. It's getting really hot. So we're gonna go ahead and season it. So I'm just gonna use the Blackstone seasoning. Take a spoonful, a teaspoon, whatever it may be. Put it on there. Make sure you have this handy. Again, this comes in the 36 piece kit. If you're interested, link down below. Go ahead and put this on. And then you're just gonna push it around evenly, all right? You can do this 4 or 5 times if you want. We're gonna put it around, make sure it's nice and even all the way around. Get the sides, everywhere you might have missed. Just push back and forth. And then we're gonna repeat this process. We're gonna let it burn off after a while. You can see it's starting to smoke more. And that's just your seasoning smoking. So I'm pushing around nice and smooth, even. All right, now I'm gonna let that burn off, and then we're gonna do one more time. All right, so the smoking's basically stopped, so we're gonna do it one more time. I'm sorry, the AC just kicked on, so if it's a little bit loud, I apologize. The reason why we do the seasoning process is 2 things. 1, season. 2, it protects your steel, the rolled steel that the griddle's made out of, like, so from rusting up and stuff like that. So it's a very important process. Do not use your grill without seasoning it. And if you go to clean it like I did, make sure you re-season it. But that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a like, comment down below. Maybe if I missed a step, or if there's another step that you think that I could have done. But I think this came out perfectly, exactly what I was looking for. I was a little bit scared to do it because this is an expensive piece of equipment, but I think it turned out great. So everything will be linked down below if you are interested. Also, like, follow, subscribe. We'll see you guys next week.